Morning, boys and girls. I would like to go over a convention strategy, something that we can do when we're working on our writing, and that is working on run-on sentences. Run-on sentences are two or more sentences that are joined without correct punctuation or a conjunction. And if you'll remember from last year, conjunctions are words that we use to join sentences. We did the activity BOAs, so there's but, or, and, or so. Usually we join it with a but or an and. So we're going to work today on joining sentences or correcting these run-on sentences. Now there are two solutions to fix a run-on sentence. You can either break it up into two complete sentences, so you can put a period and start a new sentence, or you can create a complete compound sentence using a comma and the conjunction and. All right? So for example, let's read this first sentence. Nandita plans to run a half marathon. It is over 13 miles in length. That run-on, has two complete thoughts. So it actually needs to be either broken up into two sentences or written as a complete compound sentence. So let me show you what I mean as we fix that. Let me give us some space, okay? So we can correct this, and we can either do what option one, which is break it up into two complete sentences. So Nandita plans to run a half marathon. That is one complete thought. So that can be one sentence. Let me make that blue. Not sure why it's not changing to blue for me. There we go. Nandita plans to run a half marathon, period. Okay, so I'm stopping there. That is a complete thought. Then I can make a second complete thought. It is over 13 miles in length. That is a second complete thought. That's like second sentence. But if I'm going to make this a sentence, then I need to capitalize that I. Oops. So I'm going to come down here to my new sentence and say it is over 13 miles in length. Okay, so do you see now that I have two separate complete sentences? They're no longer run-on. It's not, Nandita plans to run a half marathon. It is over 13 miles in length. No, Nandita plans to run a half marathon. It is over 13 miles in length. Now, I can change that. I'm going to move myself over a little bit. There we go. We can also create a complete compound sentence using the word and. So I could say, Nandita plans to run a half marathon, comma, and it is over 13 miles in length. If you notice, I put a comma where I would have put that period, and I put the conjunction and to show that I'm joining those two sentences. Okay? Let's practice a little bit. Let's see. Many of my friends enjoy pizza. I prefer Chinese food. That sounds like a whole lot of thoughts in one sentence. So let's think about how we could fix this run-on. So I know I can either complete two or create two complete sentences, or I can use the word and. So let me show you again how we can do that both ways. And you'll have the choice in a minute to practice, but let's try it first by creating two complete sentences. So first I can say many of my friends enjoy pizza, period. That's a sentence. What do my friends do? They enjoy pizza. So it has a subject and a predicate. Second sentence, I prefer Chinese food. The subject is I. What do I do? What's my predicate? I prefer Chinese food. So that can be a new sentence. I prefer Chinese food, period. All right, two complete thoughts. Or we can do like what we did a second ago, and we can combine these two sentences with a conjunction. This time, instead of using the conjunction and, we're actually contrasting. We're saying my friends do one thing, but I do something different. When it's something different, we use the conjunction but, all right? So many of my friends, oops, my goodness, my fingers don't want to work this morning. Enjoy pizza, comma, because that's where that sentence should have ended, but I'm joining two sentences together. But I prefer Chinese food, period. So now I've got that pause in there to let you know that I've got a complete thought. All right? Let's try this one with Carrie. Carrie has decided to not use her credit card. She will not be buying much. I wonder how I could create what I can do to make this two complete sentences. Let's see. I know that Carrie is my predicate. I'm sorry, my subject. Carrie is the who. What is Carrie doing? She has decided. What has she decided? To not use her credit cards. So this right here is a complete thought. That can be a standalone sentence. So let's write that first sentence. Carrie has decided to not use her credit cards. Period. Okay? My second complete thought, she will not be buying much. That's a complete thought. Who's the subject? She, Carrie. And what's her predicate? Will not. She will not be doing something. She's not buying much. So that's a complete second thought. So I can break up that run-on sentence into these two separate complete thoughts. But I need to make that a capital. She will not be buying much, period. Let's do it where we add a conjunction. So this time I can say Carrie has decided to not use her credit cards. And this time we're going to join this with the word because. This is a cause and effect. So we're going to have, comma, because she will not be buying much. I want you to notice something. I want you to notice I am not changing the way the words, the order of the words at all. You guys like to do that sometimes. You change the order. That's not what I'm doing here. I am simply completing the thoughts and creating two complete thoughts instead of having a whole bunch of thoughts all together in one sentence. Please, in just a moment, you're going to be working independently. Please do not reword the sentences. Please keep them in the same order. You can add a conjunction, because, or but, or and, but we're not changing the order of the sentences, okay? Let's try one more before I show you your practice. All right, my dog chased the neighbor's cat. It climbed a tree to get away. All right, let's see. Let's create these two complete thoughts first. So if we read this sentence, my dog chased the neighbor's cat. It climbed a tree to get away. My dog chased the neighbor's cat. So I know the subject is my dog. What did my dog do? He chased the neighbor's cat. So there's a complete thought. That's my subject and predicate. So let me type that first. My dog chased the neighbor's cat, period. Next sentence. It climbed a tree to get away. All right. I need to capitalize my I for it. It climbed a tree to get away, period. Okay. Now, if I want to combine these using a comma and a conjunction, I can say, my dog chased the neighbor's cat, and it climbed a tree to get away. Notice, once again, I didn't change many words. I just added this conjunction and the comma to show that I'm combining these two sentences. Your job now, if you need to, come back and rewatch this video to help you. Your job is going to be to now work on this Google form. It's called Fixing Run-On Sentences. You will correct the run-on sentences below. Read them out loud, then rewrite them by either creating 2 new complete sentences or combining them with a comma and a conjunction. And I'll put in parentheses here some conjunctions: and, but, or, because. Think about what logically works in the sentence. You may rewatch this video if you need some guidance. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you need me to read anything aloud, please let me know. I will be grading on how correctly the sentences are written and your use of either the punctuation marks or that comma and conjunction. Okay, do very great work, my authors, and let me know if you need help.